Hey guys, it's Neil again from Heart of Texas Armory, and today we're going to be reviewing this very popular watch from Guanqin that is available for purchase on GearBest.com. Now, I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with GearBest, but if you're not, they are an online store based out of China, and they have just about everything available for purchase there, and at really good prices. So they were gracious enough to send me this watch out for review, so I hope you guys will enjoy this video review of this really cool timepiece. It has a very cool look about it. I love those facets around the outside of this watch here. The angles, very beautiful, very handsome watch, and most importantly, it wears thin. So it's going to fit underneath your sleeves, your cuff sleeves on dress shirts. So what we'll do is we'll get this off the wrist and we'll talk about the specs, some of the highlights, and then finish up with positives and negatives. So join me as we review this awesome watch from Guanqin. All right, guys, we've got the watch removed from my wrist here so we can take a look at it in a little more detail. Let's go ahead and start with the specs as we slide the watch over. They should be showing up on the left-hand side of your screen. And we'll start with case diameter. So this watch does have a 40.5 millimeter case diameter, which is pretty nice. A bit larger than most traditional dress watches, but I actually like that 40.5 millimeter size. Lug width here for your straps and bands, 20 millimeters, which is nice. Lug to lug from that point here to this point, you're looking at 49 millimeters. Case thickness, we're looking at 11.5 millimeters, so fairly thin and flat wearing on the wrist, which is important for a dress watch, and I like that. The weight on the current strap, you're looking at 76 grams, so not too heavy, which is a good thing. The movement in here is actually pretty nice. Believe it or not, guys, this watch has a Seiko NH36A movement, which that is an excellent movement, and for the price point of this watch, it is really nice to have that quality of a movement in this timepiece. You do get a sapphire crystal here on the front and back. I did test the crystals. They are sapphire, which is a huge bonus at this price point. And you get a water resistance of 30 meters, so typical for a dress watch. But the last thing I'll mention here is the price, guys. You know, you heard all these specs, you're going to be blown away by the price of this watch. You're looking at $56 at GearBest.com. So $56, guys, that is so cheap for sapphire crystal, a Seiko NH36 movement, which those movements by themselves run you probably around $30 to $40. So just an incredible value here. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the highlights of this particular timepiece. So you'll notice the case here has a really cool design. One, it's beautifully polished. Very, very nice job on that polish. You can see right there. They did a really nice job on that. And another thing I'll mention on the case is the really cool facets going around this bezel here. Very pretty and unique. I do like that. It looks really nice. I get quite a few compliments on this watch. As I flip the watch over, you'll notice it does have a display case back, so you can take a look at the watch beating away inside there, which is always cool. And it does have some basic information laser etched there on that screw down case back. We'll flip the watch back over and we'll look at the dial. You should notice immediately it does have a beautiful sunburst on there. This one is in gray or silver. They do have a black model. You should be seeing a picture of that pop up right now, but I like this silver sunburst dial. It is very pretty. Looks good in with just about any color combination you might wear. You know, whatever shirt color, slacks, I think it just looks very classy, that silver. Now the movement we mentioned earlier, you get a Seiko NH36A. That is a great movement. The accuracy on this watch is really good. I'm getting plus 8 seconds a day, which is fantastic. That movement is hacking, which is always good. It beats at 21,600 beats per hour, and it has a 42-hour power reserve. So an excellent movement for the price here. The crystal, like we mentioned, you're looking at sapphire crystal, guys. So a very durable crystal for a dress watch, and that's a good thing. This is going to hold up to quite a bit of abuse if you accidentally, bang your watch on a railing or something like that going down the stairs. This is going to take those no problem at all. You're not going to get any scratches, which is nice. Now the loom, it's not very good. This is a dress watch, so it's not really necessary to have loom. And the only parts that are loomed on this watch are the hour and minute hand here. You should be seeing a picture of the loom right now. It's nothing special. It'll get you by. You can certainly read the time, But this is a dress watch, so it's not that big of a deal to not have the hour markings loomed. The leather strap that comes with this watch, you'll see here, is a nice leather strap, kind of a faux alligator strap. And it is a butterfly clasp, which are not my favorite type of clasp, but it does work nice on a dress watch. And it is, of course, etched with Guanqin, the logo there. All right, guys, so to close this video review out, we'll go ahead and end with the positives and negatives, and then my overall thoughts of this timepiece. So starting with the positives, I'll mention right off the bat, the overall looks and design of this watch is fantastic. You do have a beautiful polished case. You have a wonderful dial. That sunburst is very pretty. Very elegant looking dial design, easy to read. And you also get some really amazing specs with this watch. So this is a Seiko movement here, so that is just fantastic in this price point. You do get sapphire crystal on the front and back, a display case back. That's also a positive. And being a Seiko movement, it's going to be accurate and reliable and easy to service if you ever did need to have it serviced. So I'm getting on this watch plus 8 seconds a day, which in my mind is fantastic. Definitely an unbeatable value in this timepiece. $56, guys. I keep mentioning that, but it just boggles my mind. I don't know how they're making any money on this timepiece. The negatives, there's not a lot of them, actually. I'll mention a couple here. One is the rotor. It's a bit loud, and that's probably because this case design is not very robust, but it is a bit loud. I mean, you're not going to notice it really on a daily basis, but if you shook your wrist really hard, you might occasionally hear that rotor spinning around, which a little bit of an annoyance on the dress watch. You kind of want those to remain pretty quiet or silent, but that's a small negative. And then I'll mention too, the lug-to-lug distance here of 49 millimeters is a bit large. I love the case diameter of 40, but I wish that lug-to-lug would have been probably closer to 46 or 47, and they have room to do that. You'll notice that the lugs just stick out a little far. Not a big deal. It might be a problem for you if you have a smaller wrist, say 6.5 or smaller, but I will mention that as a negative. And then the last thing I'll mention, this is a Chinese watch here from Guanqin, and warranty, there's really not much to go by. I mean, it does come with this little box here that has a warranty card, international guarantee, but I don't know how robust that warranty actually is. But overall, I can't complain much on this watch. It's really a fantastic timepiece for the price. I suggest you go over to GearBest and purchase one for yourself. If you're in the market for a really handsome dress watch at a really unbeatable price, you cannot go wrong with this Guanqin. I definitely highly recommend it. So if you have any questions or comments on this timepiece, leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them.